Many Western and Eastern experts agree that the Merkava Mk IV is the best main battle tank today. Such a consensus is rare. This extraordinary tank is the latest representative of a long-standing experience dating back to the 1970s. As the weapon detective, we're investigating the Merkava Mk IV, the last chariot of the Israel Defense Forces. Please don't forget to subscribe to our channel before we start, and give us a thumbs up if you like our video. To be notified of our new video, please click the bell button. Indeed, with its firepower and survivability, the Merkava Mk IV is one of the best tanks today. Many may even agree that it is the best tank. It is the latest member of a long tradition of tank design. So, we should go back to the 1960s to better understand the Merkava Mk IV. In the 1960s, Israel intended to produce the British Chieftain domestically. This tank had a high degree of survivability, which was crucial for a nation with a small population. But in the same years, London began to oppose Tel Aviv's aggressive security policies. So the relations between these two countries became problematic, and Israel decided to develop an indigenous tank. The Merkava tank development program was approved in 1970. Israel was a country with a special condition, so the new tank was supposed to have a special design. Its most remarkable difference from other tanks was that the engine was in the front, not in the rear. In 1972, a modified Centurion tank was produced to test this unusual concept. 1 year later, Israel had to fight for survival. This war, known as the Yom Kippur War, shaped the final design of the new tank. In the first 3 days of the Yom Kippur War, every Israeli tank at the Golan front was hit at least 1.5 times. A total of 250 tanks of the Israel Defense Forces had been knocked out, but 100 of them had been repaired, manned by the injured crew, and returned to the battlefield. Israel realized that a high degree of survivability and easy repairability could change the fate of the battle. So, these two features became the key criteria for the new tank. The serial production of the Merkava Mk I began in 1977. The fire control system of the new tank was the same as the M60s. The suspension components of the tank were a hybrid of those used in the Centurion, the M48, and the T55. The Merkava Mk II, whose serial production began in 1982, was developed based on the experience gained from its predecessor. This tank had a 20% higher performance in all areas compared to the Merkava Mk I. It had two-axis stabilization. The first two Merkava variants had a 105mm main gun, whose firepower was sufficient for the early 1980s. Analyzing the experience of the 1982 Lebanon War, Israel began to develop the Merkava Mk III, which was introduced in 1989. This variant was equipped with a 120mm gun. The new hydromechanical suspensions provided 2 times higher cross-country performance to the Merkava Mk III than its predecessor. Also, its turret was being rotated with an electric power system. The Merkava Mk III had modular armor plates. The tank could engage the moving targets while it is on the move. The Mk IV variant represents the last step of Merkava's evolution. It embodies all the good qualities of its predecessors. However, this variant is incomparably superior to them. The development of the Merkava Mk IV began in 1999. 5 years later, the tank was introduced. Nearly 1/4 of the Merkava Mk IV's parts come from other countries. Besides, its many subsystems are also licensed production models. But unquestionably, the Merkava Mk IV is an indigenous tank designed and produced for Israel's specific requirements. Like its predecessors, the engine of the Merkava Mk IV is in the front. This design enhances the ballistic protection and allows for a large storage area and a door at the back. In this area, the Merkava Mk IV can carry infantry or wounded soldiers, as well as additional ammunition, fuel, or other supplies. In case of the tank is knocked out, the crew can escape via the clamshell door, which provides overhead protection. This door also makes resupplying easier. The Merkava Mk IV has network-centric warfare capability, which increases the tank's combat efficiency. Each crew can monitor footage coming from day and night cameras on their individual screens. This feature provides the Merkava Mk IV a high situational awareness. The four-person crew of the Merkava Mk IV consists of a commander, driver, gunner, and loader. Its hull length is 7.6 meters. The tank is 9.04 meters long, 3.72 meters wide, and 2.66 meters high. Its combat weight is 65 tons. The 1,500 horsepower GD883 V12 diesel engine provides a maximum road speed of 60 km per hour. The range of the tank is 500 kilometers. The Merkava Mk IV can negotiate 1 meter vertical steps, 3.5 meter trenches, and it can ford to a depth of 1.4 meters. It has a 120 mm smoothbore main gun, a 60 mm mortar, and two 7.62 mm machine guns. Depending on the mission, a remote-controlled 12.7 mm M2 machine gun can be fitted onto the front of the turret. The first thing that stands out in the design of the Merkava Mk IV is its survivability. The tank has a low radar and infrared signature. Its ballistic protection is also improved in comparison with its predecessors. The removable modular armor packages of the Merkava Mk IV is inherited from the Merkava Mk III-D. These armor plates are covering all sides. There are also 30 mm thick composite armor plates on the turret. Because of these plates, there is only one hatch on the top. The tank is fitted with a removable V-shaped belly armor package underside against landmines and improvised explosive devices. Each suspension unit is attached to the hull on 4 bolts and can be quickly replaced if it is damaged. Thanks to the modular armor design, the battle damages of the tank can be easily fixed. At the rear of the turret, there are chains which detonate shape-charged anti-tank projectiles before they reach the hull and turret. In addition to high ballistic protection, the Merkava Mk IV is fitted with the LWS-2 soft kill active protection system. The M variant of the tank has the Trophy hard kill active protection systems which provides 360-degree protection. The serial production of the Merkava Mk IV M windbreaker began in 2009. The Trophy's ELM-2133 radar has 4 panels. When the radars detect an approaching threat, the computer of the system classifies the threat and calculates the optimal time, angle, and interception vector. Then the Trophy launches the countermeasure munitions, which detonate near the incoming anti-tank missile or rocket and destroy them before they reach the vehicle. The munition has a very small kill zone, which ensures the protection of the nearby infantry from shrapnel. The active protection systems of the Merkava Mk IV also provide better situational awareness. Their sensors can detect the exact location of the hostile forces who fire an anti-tank weapon, so the gunner can turn the turret toward the enemy to attack with high precision. Attacking the Merkava Mk IV with an anti-tank weapon is not only futile, but also deadly dangerous. Yet, the Trophy is ineffective against the kinetic energy munition. To ensure the crew's survivability, the turret has an electrically powered driving mechanism instead of a hydraulic. So, using flammable hydraulic liquid is eliminated inside the turret. Yes, the location of the engine provides extra protection, but it also causes a disadvantage. The tank's center of gravity has shifted forward. For this reason, the control of the Merkava Mk IV is difficult, especially in sloping areas. Yet, its cross-country capability is sufficient for Israel Defense Forces' demands. The Merkava Mk IV is fitted with locally designed tracks which reduce track shedding under harsh basalt rock conditions. This feature is crucial, especially in Lebanon and Golan Heights. The 120 mm MG253 gun has a new compressed gas recoil system consisting of an optimized concentric retarder and pneumatic recuperator. This recoil system makes the gun more compact compared to the L44 of Rheinmetall. The MG253 can fire the LAHAT semi-active laser homing-guided anti-tank missiles. With a speed of 300 meters per second, the LAHAT can reach a range of 8,000 meters. It has a circular error probable of 0.7 meters. The missile can penetrate up to 800 millimeters of steel armor. Thanks to its tandem warhead, The LAHAT is also effective against explosive reactive armors. The ammunition boxes contain 5 rounds and are loaded beforehand. They are armored and located between the turret and the hull to increase the crew's survivability. After the gunner selects the type of ammunition, it forwards to the loader. This design increases the rate of fire. The rest of the ammunition is located inside the hull. Thanks to the Knight Mark IV fire control system, the Merkava Mark IV can also engage low-flying and low-speed air targets. Like its predecessors, the tank can be fitted with a remote-controlled 12.7mm machine gun. It is aligned with the main gun. During the 2006 Lebanon War, the Merkava Mark IV proved its level of ballistic protection. Hezbollah militants, who use the latest state-of-the-art anti-tank weapons and highly powerful improvised explosive devices, managed to knock out 19 tanks. But only 2 of them were destroyed completely and only 1 crew lost his life. In 2008, the Merkava Mark IV managed to bisect the Gaza Strip without loss in a short time. In 2011, the trophy active protection system of the Merkava Mark IV proved its effectiveness in real combat for the first time by intercepting a missile attack. 3 years later, during Operation Protective Edge, the Merkava Mark IVs fought without a loss. Their trophies intercepted many anti-tank missiles and rockets. And thanks to the sensors of this active protection system, one Merkava Mark IV could manage to hunt its hunter. The trophy located the enemies, and the tank's crew eliminated them with highly accurate counterfire. Just like its predecessors, the Merkava Mark IV is a tank that has proven itself in real combat. However, just like its predecessors, it has not found a place in the international market. In fact, no other country has developed a similar tank. But why? Of course, the primary reason is that the Merkava was designed to answer the specific needs of Israel. Other countries with these special needs were the enemies of Israel. Of course, the Arabs could not be expected to buy the Merkava. Also, Israel's neighbors did not have enough infrastructure to develop an indigenous tank similar to the Merkava. Therefore, it has remained unique. Over time, the situation in the Middle East has changed. Since the peace accords signed in Camp David, Egypt, the biggest and most dangerous enemy of Israel, has not been a threat. Without Egypt, Syria is not a real threat. Now, Israel has a relatively smooth relations with many Arab countries. The Israeli Defense Forces, who were preparing the march toward Damascus, Cairo and Beirut until the mid-1980s, are now focusing on local issues. The Merkava Mark IV has become a symbol of this transformation. It does not need a high cross-country capability to march on to an Arab state. The priority of this tank is to respond to asymmetric threats. For this reason, it is protected much better than other tanks. And because of this protection, it is also one of the heaviest tanks in the world. This beautiful tank was born at the wrong time. So only a small number of the Merkava Mark IV was produced compared to the past. The Israeli Defense Forces dispensed some of the reserve brigades and reduced the number of tanks in a standard brigade to 102 from 111. In this relative peacetime, the quality has suppressed the quantity. But a small number of high-quality Merkava Mark IV is enough to secure Israel. Thanks for watching our video. And please don't forget to subscribe to our channel and give us a thumbs up if you liked our video. To be notified of our new videos, please click the bell button.